Good morning, it's day 5 on the 150-day transformation. I'm Dr. Brennan with KC Wellness Institute. So the next thing that gets asked, obviously this is probably one of the bigger questions, is, well, what plan should I be doing? Whether it's a cleanse or a weight loss program or a weight loss product, or should I be doing a full dietary change and going through the gym and all of those things? My thoughts on a little bit of the grander scheme, because you're trying to get the fat out, you're trying to get the toxins out, you're trying to do it all in an orderly way that's effective for you to feel results, and that's where the fun kind of begins. So, there was a huge craze with the Atkins diet where it cut out all your carbs, and people kind of moved away from that, and where we're kind of at now is ketogenic diets, Paleolithic diets. We're even kind of away from like the typical Mediterranean diet as a whole. And the reason we're doing that is they all are addressing different things. The Mediterranean diet doesn't introduce much to do with fasting at all. And there's an importance to that. As well as the Paleolithic diet is introducing the idea of like whole unprocessed foods, really hammering on that as far as a principle. And I think there's a lot to be learned in both cases. They agree on many things, and the things that they disagree on are few and far between, and there's not a lot of overlap on them either. So you can kind of put together all of their principles into one grand scheme, if you will. And that's one of the definite things that I like to do. So when I'm doing a 10-day program like I'm doing here on the front end of this transformation, I'm not going to be maxing out, daily calories like normal. I'm not exercising yet. What I'm trying to do right now is to just clean out as much toxins and waste out of my body as possible. Fat will be a very natural byproduct of that because I am cutting calories. Calorie restriction, especially of protein, really helps your body. So protein is very heavy for your body as far as utilizing the detoxification pathways, and these pathways in your body operate just like your GPS and all the cars in your nearest city do. And what I mean by that is here in Kansas City, where I'm at, you hit rush hour and cars are backed up. It's busy. Well, that's kind of what happens when your body's digesting and moving through all the proteins. It's building some of it up into muscle, but a lot of it goes through detoxification pathways to get eliminated out because you're getting these backups of protein in your body, and your body has to eliminate it. So eliminating protein out of the diet during a cleanse portion gets rid of all that traffic so you can be moving other forms of traffic through faster and more efficiently. That's where this program is very effective, is I utilize trying to do both at the same time. Eliminate protein, yet staying anabolic. Anabolic is the term where when you're having regular amounts of protein, you keep your body in build-up mode with the muscle. You have the available nutrients to build muscle in the body. And when you're fasting, you don't have that because you're not having the protein as far as general principles are concerned. So what happens is you're not just tearing down fat, you're tearing down the muscle too. Well, we don't want to do that. We want to only burn fat and only eliminate toxins. So for that, I use MAP protein. It's protein I'll get in later. It's in the physician's desk reference. It has a lot of benefits. It's used in hospitals for paraplegics. But the idea is that it has such a low calorie intake, it allows me to cut calories that would otherwise be incurred by either doing whey proteins, pea and rice proteins, supplements, or going to 6 1/4 ounces of chicken. I can get that in 5 1-gram pills. So decreasing all of the protein calories in my diet is a way that I can decrease the calories without sacrificing my anabolic protein intake. It's all my adult essential amino acids. So I'm not cutting anything out of my diet other than the excess of other protein supplements, but it has the essentials. So that's one key thing that I do. I'm able to be in a fasting state but also be anabolic. Two things that are not supposed to generally be going together. They're pre-digested. It's an amino acid form. So the benefits of fasting, one of the key benefits of intermittent fasting, is to get pressure off of your pancreas and the rest of your digestive system. You weren't made to have meals every 2 hours, especially high caloric meals. That's not typically how the body was designed. Your body was designed maybe 1 or 2 good meals a day. Well, so what I do is I focus on doing my programs within 6 hours. I use the MAP that protein in the fasting hours to stay anabolic, and then I do a whole bunch of like dark grain shakes and things like that that have the carbs and the larger forms of fat or protein that needs to be digested. All of that happens in 6 hours during this 10 days. It's not a 500 calorie type of diet. This isn't a well, there's multiple diets that kind of go that low. It's not like that. I'm still sitting at that 1,200 calories a day, which is kind of on the lower end of just most caloric restriction diets. It's not unhealthy, and all those calories that I'm taking are super dense with nutrients and things that are going to help boost my ability to push things out of the body. And that is where the game-changing piece is I have all the benefits of ketogenic intermittent fasting while staying fully anabolic, while pulling things out of the body as fast as humanly possible. And guess what? I'm still building up my muscle. Now muscle isn't a choice to burn. So not only is my resting metabolic rate staying a little higher, but muscle's not an option to burn the fat. Now I'm able to burn the fat more efficiently now than ever. So you're going to see the weight loss that I do have is going to be in the fat areas and not other tissues. And that's the advantage of what I'm doing here is so the enhanced fat loss, weight loss is 100% fat or very close to, maybe some like fluid retention weight, things like that, cleaning out the gut. But for the most part, it's going to be what I want to lose and more efficiently. Okay. With that said, the other thing that I wanted to cover was on the other end of the spectrum with trying to feel better. So I do use exogenous ketones in the short term until my body has the ability and has kind of reversed its metabolism using hormones and things like that to be ready to produce its own ketones. So I am using an exogenous ketone. There's multiple companies out there that allow that, that have that offering now, and I use that. It keeps my mind clear so I can kind of get through the periods of time that I'm doing it. And the first 4 days are by far the hardest because you're actually cutting out the meals or the extra calories. My stomach is shrinking. That's where the hunger happens. And right now is about that time where I'm hitting the ground running. So tomorrow I'll be able to give you a 10-day midpoint update. Hey, this is the amount of weight lost. I'll do a couple of the measurements, not all of them. This is how much I've lost around my waist. This is how much I've lost around my neck, and some of the big ones. But it's a program now where I'm going to hit the ground running, and starting tomorrow I'll be adding in like morning cardio. So I'll do 3 cardio sessions over the next 5 days, and that'll kick it up just another notch. And I'll just continue to kind of fall into what the program's doing, and it's going to hit another level of like direct weight loss. Like it just kicks into where it's 2 or 3 pounds a day. And you know, typically and traditionally, if you're doing a lifestyle change and you're sticking just to a Paleolithic diet or a ketogenic diet and you're still keeping your calories higher and you're exercising, then 1 to 2 pounds a week is the most that you want to be able to see losing. And if you're actually trying to build muscle, you might not be seeing weight loss on the weight scale, but you might be seeing a huge shift in how much fat to muscle ratio is in the body. So make sure you're doing the measurements. I will actually post below this video the PDF for doing your body measurements, and on mine you will be able to see how I have flexed and relaxed for each of the muscles. What that's going to help you do is identify how you're growing the muscles with an exercise workout. Now I will utilize that myself. You'll see that in some of the videos when I start hitting the gym. I want to see how I'm getting water into the muscle. We have a lot of water in muscle. We want to be able to hydrate it, so it helps you understand how active the muscle is and how the muscle is growing. And then it also, in general, is just something that like bodybuilders and athletes want to pay attention to because they want to be able to see what type of a pump they can get. The more pump you're able to get, the more, again, it's just telling you that your muscle can shift through more water, it can pull out more, or it can shove out more waste faster and pull in nutrients quicker. So endurance, recovery, all of those things are going to improve when you have a bigger difference between a relaxed muscle and a flexed muscle state. All right, I think that's it today. I'm almost running 10 minutes long. We'll keep it short as possible, but that's some of the summaries. If you have questions about it, I can go into far more specifics on these diets. I could do entire seminars on it if you'd like. So if there's any questions, please just comment below. Otherwise, I'll be doing a full video tomorrow for day 6, and I'll give you updates on the midway point. And so yeah, the cleanse is almost half over, and just more or less kind of enjoying the process. So thank you and have a good day.